What's up everybody, it's AJ with eTrailer.com. Today we're going to be looking at a hitch stabilizer. We posted a short recently about it and got a lot of questions from neighbors asking why get one or how does it work, or even offering some alternatives to even buying one. So we're going to check those out. What a hitch stabilizer does is you attach it to whatever is in your hitch to help take that shake and play out. You see right now, this ball mount moves side to side and up and down. So when you're driving, it's gonna make that noise, which might not be a problem, but if it's a different accessory like a cargo carrier, you'd have that in there, that'd be shaking around, so it would transfer to that as well. Even with a trailer pushing down on there, you still could have side to side movement with pressure on there, so it will always have that shake unless you stabilize it. How the stabilizer works is we have the U-bolt that goes over the shank of our ball mount here, and this plate underneath is pushing up on the shank of the ball mount, which is taking up any space that's here in the hitch left over. That space is what was allowing it to go back and forth. Now you see there's no space at all. I can shake the whole vehicle back and forth. There's no movement here in the ball mount whatsoever. So when we posted that short, there were some comments that said that people use duct tape instead, a shim to take up that space, or even a dime. So we're gonna put some of those theories to the test today. First up, let's try the dime trick. So we're gonna put it here in the hitch, taking up that space between the ball mount and the inside of the hitch. It still has side to side movement, and it doesn't help with up and down at all. As I do that, you can see that the dime shifts in and out, so eventually it's gonna fall out. Let's try some other coins. So we have the quarter, seem to fit in there, but still have that movement with the up and down and side to side. It wouldn't even fit in the side of the hitch, so that one's not gonna work. The penny fits in the side and takes up a little bit of the movement, but you still have that up and down. It's gonna always happen unless you try two coins, which we did that as well, but the coins still shifted around and started to move their way out. Same with the nickel. It did fit up top, but it slid right back out because it wasn't thick enough to take up that space in between the ball mount and the hitch. Then we tried the Canadian 25, and the same thing. We could put it up top, but it still worked its way back out as the ball mount moved back and forth. The coins kind of worked, but not really. All of them were very temporary. If it fit in there and took up a little bit, it still wasn't as stable as when we used the hitch stabilizer. Next up, we're gonna try the shims. So I'm gonna put one on the side and one on the top and see how that does. So we'll go on the side first, push it into place as far as I can. It is eventually gonna hit that hitch pin too if it goes in there, so you only have so much room to work with. So that's just one. You can see still side to side movement. You can still hear the rattling. Let's try one up top. So it turns out the shims work out pretty well. You see you can shake the whole vehicle back and forth, just like with the stabilizer, although these are made out of wood, so it's a temporary fix. If it gets any kind of moisture, it's gonna eventually break down and fail on you, and plus you don't wanna drive these in every single time you go to haul something. Another thing is, you're gonna have to get those shims back out if you wanna remove your ball mount. So if you're switching ball mounts for different trailers and different couplers, definitely not a good idea. Now, let's try out the duct tape. Now with the duct tape, we found out that you don't really need to cover the whole shank of the accessory. You see it's flush here on the side and the bottom, so we had to do a few L pieces of tape here to try and get it to work with this hitch. It's really only took 2 passes with the duct tape, and you're still back and forth and up and down movement. That's as good as you can get. I think it acts more as a sound dampener because the duct tape is in between there, so now it's not metal on metal. It's hitting that duct tape and taking up a little bit of sound, but you can still see plenty of movement. As far as all the options go, the shims kind of worked, but eventually the elements are gonna get to it, it's gonna wear out, so it didn't work really well. The duct tape itself, I did apply that. It was more of a sound dampener than anything, so it really didn't help with that movement side to side, so it can go. And the coins really didn't work. They usually just work their way out of the ball mount and hitch, so those are gone too. I really think the hitch stabilizer is the way to go. If you like this video and you want to see some more, you can click video right here. If you want to see the products we were talking about, just click right over there. And if you subscribe, you can see some reviews and installs we do.